What is up, you guys? This is Mini Superheroes Today. And in today's video, we'll be reviewing the LEGO Indiana Jones set 7196 Chauchilla Cemetery Battle from Kingdom of the Crystal Skull in the year 2009. Now, this set is obviously pretty old, but if you're following my channel, you'll know I'm getting all of the LEGO Indiana Jones sets with their boxes and reviewing them all. So, again, this set is from Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, which I know a lot of people might be wary about from the start, but this is a very cool set. Back in 2009, this would have retailed for $19.99. And as you can see, there's a lot of good quality here for a $20 set, so let's go ahead and start taking a look at these minifigures. First up, we've got these Cemetery Warriors. Now, they do have printing on the back of the head, as you can see here, and they're a very cool-looking figure. I love that ripped-up torso. No printing on the back or the legs, but it is a great figure. And this is supposed to be like their blow darts, so, you know, it would be a little something like that from the film. But, yeah, these figures look very cool. I like that skull mask for sure. Then, of course, we have this one, too, that kind of has like a razor saw in his hand. The head is exactly the same, and the torso is the same, too. The only difference is their weapons. Now, then, of course, we've got Mut Williams, who came in several of these Kingdom of the Crystal Skull sets. Nothing different about this one. No printing on the back of the head or the torso, but he does have a shovel and a little lantern build that looks cool. I've always loved this leather jacket. I think that piece in particular has aged pretty well. Then we have Indiana Jones, and he's the same as every other LEGO Indiana Jones except for the head. This one has a little bit of a confident smirk on it that some of the other Indiana Jones don't, but the last wave of Indiana Jones sets did have this. Now, while we're talking about this set, this was one of the last wave Indiana Jones sets, and what I mean by that is there were a few LEGO sets for the Indiana Jones theme that came out toward the end, and of course, this is one of them. So, it's actually quite rare these days with the box. Now, you know, again, this isn't like some set that's worth like hundreds of dollars or anything, but it is pretty difficult to find if you want it with the box, even harder to find, but it's a very cool set. And anyways, let's go ahead and take a little closer look at the set itself, and let's dive in. You guys know when I review these old sets, I love to take a look at the box and instructions too. So here's the instruction booklet. Kind of interesting. It's long ways instead of tall ways or anything like that. But then when you open it, it has to go tall ways. Kind of strange. But I've always loved these Indiana Jones sets because the pages look like an old map or diary or something like that. So let's go ahead and skip to the end and show you the advertisements in the back. We've got our piece count. And like I said, this is one of the last wave Indiana Jones sets, which all are advertised right here. Man, would I love to make a poster of this and get that framed. But this is obviously the Temple of Doom that you can see right here, advertised at the bottom as well. We've got the plane and the Venice boat chase set there, so that's very cool. Then when we flip this over, you can see that there's actual set advertisements showing you like the box art for each set, a Lego Club advertisement, and then some advertisements here on the back for some old Clone Wars sets, Bionicle, and a Lego City set. So yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at the box now. Alright, so here we've got the box. We won't spend too much time looking at it. I did find it funny that this sticker says $23.99 and then it was marked down to $15. So this was supposed to be $19.99, so it was marked up, and whoever ended up getting it back in the day did get a good price on it. But you can see there's an advertisement for the LEGO Indiana Jones game, Original Adventures, Temple of Doom advertisement here, which is very cool, and then of course all the features of the set. On the sides of the box, you of course would see the minifigures listed of what came with it, and then there's some great temple printing too. So let's go ahead and take a look at the set for sure. Alright, so now we're looking at the set, and I'm going to use Indiana Jones as my guinea pig to go through the set. So it's kind of like a little mini maze or trap or something like that. And it starts off down here. You can actually put these Cemetery Warriors underneath here because if you remember in the film, they kind of climb up out of the caverns of this structure in the film. So I thought that that was a cool little attention to detail to add in there. So Indiana Jones on his Lego adventure would come up over this, come down here. Then there's a little area that, of course, you know, the figures could battle it out. There's a scorpion here, and then there's a play feature with this piece here. Now, if you remember in the movie, Indy and Mutt actually have to kind of balance this piece out. So there's a Technic feature back here that when you push this forward, or I guess you pull it back, it actually moves that down. So it's kind of like a crawl space feature there. Then it brings you over to the treasure room where there's inexplicably some flames. I've always thought that about these old movies, you know, like if you've got a, like, 100-year-old or even 1,000-year-old temple, how are there flames inside? But LEGO defies all odds there. And then if you remember in the movie, there are some treasures in gold, which of course there are here. There's a little chalice in there and some diamonds. inside of that gold piece here. And then you've also got this skeleton here, which, again, if you remember in the movie, the crystal skull is hidden behind that skeleton, and we've got the same thing going here. You can see that crystal skull in there. So that just sits on a 1x2 jumper, then you can put the skeleton back, and that's how that goes. So I'll show you the crystal skull piece, too, while we're talking about it. It's a very cool piece, obviously custom for the crystal skull line of sets, and then never used again because it's so oddly specific. But you actually can put it in Indiana Jones's hand, just like that, and it's a very cool look. So I've always loved that piece, and it only came in 2 sets. It came in this set and then the Akator Temple set. So overall, it's really not a very big build, but you can see that it's pretty dense with pieces. At 187 pieces total in this set, it really pulls it together. And I do want to point out, too, that we've also got a motorcycle in this set, which Mut can use. And I always, when I was a kid, I would put the knives in these motorcycles, because then it can kind of work as a kickstand. But anyways, as far as I know, this black with kind of the dark reddish brown printing on it is the only time it was ever used in a motorcycle like this. So this top piece here is exclusive to this set, and it's a very cool vintage-looking motorcycle. So let's zoom out and take a look at this set as a whole, and I'll give you my final thoughts. Alright guys, well I hope you enjoyed this review. I love the Indiana Jones LEGO theme. It's my favorite LEGO theme, actually, and it's always a pleasure to get to review these. So drop a comment below, let me know what you think of this set, and if you think, hey, I might want to pick up this set, I'm going to drop a link in the description below where you can pick this set up and add it to your collection. So thanks so much for tuning in, guys. Be sure to hit like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next video. If you liked what you saw and you liked what you heard, feel free to click that subscribe button for more LEGO content coming in the near future. So, thanks for tuning in to today's video, and until next time, build on.